How to send a fax.
Hi. Today in this video we're going to be talking about how to send a fax. So anyhow, what I've got here is just kind of your garden variety fax machine. This is just this is a brother model. This is something you'd pick up at an office supply store. And I wanted to demonstrate how to send this fax. So I just want to get you kind of familiar with what's going on with the fax machine and what you would need to set it up. So probably besides, I've already plugged the unit in here. I've got a 110 cord plugged in. The next thing is a phone cord. One of the big things you're going to need to have is a landline to run this. So for people out there that have decided to go just cellular only or what have you, you're going to need a landline to use this machine. There are a couple other exceptions, but for the most part, that is the quintessential way to use this machine. First thing I'm going to do is check my dial tone. Can you hear that? That is dial tone. This machine will not work without dial tone. So before you proceed any further, you want to make sure you have that. Okay, so moving right ahead here. Our piece of paper, what we're going to send. In this case, I'm going to do a test fax. This is a test. And I'm going to send that. And basically then a fax number. So I would highly recommend that you have your fax number written down before you go ahead. Because what happens sometimes is you'll get it all in there and not have the fax number, and then you're looking for it. So make sure you have the fax number handy before you start with that. So anyhow, we're going to go ahead and do our fax right now. So we're going to go take our test page and we're going to load that. We load it face down. This is for the most part been a just kind of a privacy thing. Yeah, in a major office, if you had some sensitive material that maybe you didn't want other office personnel to see, you could have it face down. So we're going to load that up. On this particular model and on several of its variety, you're going to have an adjustment here. So if you get up to here and the paper doesn't fit, you just widen it out to the point that your paper will insert. So we're going to go ahead and insert this paper and just get it. You want to get it just right so it's going to grab. You don't want it just loose in there, but you actually need to get it to the point where it will grab. So it's going to have rollers in there that's actually going to go and grab and feed the paper down. Okay, so if we look at the front now, it's asking, do I want to copy this or do I want to fax this? Well, we're going to fax this. So we're going to go and enter our phone number now. So it automatically, they've designed this so that in a hurry you can actually go and fax something relatively fast. So I'm going to enter my fax number. Okay, got that done. Down here, if you can see it, these are our options. We can either stop it, we can make a copy, or we can fax. So in this case, we're going to fax it. So we're going to hit the blue button now, and what you're going to hear is you're going to hear the dial tone take off, and then you'll hear the handshake commence. The handshake is very important because that is how it's going to connect to another device. They're basically, this fax machine and the fax machine on the other end become like this. They're going to make a handshake, and that's how they're going to send the information. So here we go. Here's our dial tone. There's our handshake commencing. You heard the rollers take off there. It's starting to bring our sheet in, and it's pushing it out. Okay. So there it goes. It says it sent one page standard, and there we are on that. So that is the basic essentials for sending a garden variety fax. And you can load this with several pages too. You want to make sure they're loose when you send them as well, and it'll actually go and just feed through each page, but you want to make sure that this is aligned properly. So anyhow, one thing I want to talk to you about is another way to send a fax. You can actually send a fax online. You can send it via your computer. If you're in a remote spot, or if you're actually at a place where it doesn't have a landline, that may make sense. We've actually got a link. If you look in this video, in the description there's actually a link to click through, and it'll explain more of that, and might be a real viable option for you if you're looking for something other than having this big machine. This will work in a pinch, but it may not be ideal, especially if you're on the road or you're in places where you're not going to have that landline. So anyhow, I really appreciate you taking a look at this video. If you don't mind, please subscribe. We've got other videos coming. You take care and have a great time with your faxing.